Morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites, and welcome to another edition of Not News, Notes on the News, where I read to you mostly things from my news feed and give my thoughts if I have any. My thoughts might be based on just reading the headline. They may be based on reading the whole entire article and researching the subject or being an expert on the subject. I might have just read the paragraph right after the headline. But whatever we have, this is what we have. And these are my notes on the news. Not news. Let us proceed. I'm Angela. The channel is Be Fabulous You. Thanks for clicking and sticking around. What? Oh, no. We're not going to read this. Say what happened. I don't even remember what that one is about. Some of these, like the BBC, some of their headlines are like, you have to click through to figure out even what they're talking about. One farm in Puerto Rico is still running thanks to a $300,000 investment in solar power. $300,000? It must be a big farm, I'm guessing. $300,000? Okay, well, I guess that's good for them. Quicken UCHC partner to turn 80 renters into homeowners. Now, Quicken Loans, I guess it's a nationwide company, but it's really big here in Detroit. And I think that this UCHC is a nonprofit. So some people, and I guess it's enough of them, were paying rent to someone who was then in turn not paying their mortgage. And so I think that this program is targeted toward those people. They got to have like $3,500 or $5,000 or something like that. Not have a felony. I can't remember. It was like 4 or 5 criteria. Google Assistant's latest feature is a male voice. Ooh. Would you get a male voice? You know how they say, I don't have Siri. My thing says, I cannot understand you, because I never asked for voice assistants. I did not understand you. I'm like, I ain't say nothing to you. That's why you don't understand me. But would you get a male voice? 10 Haitian women journalists you should know about, part 2. And I clicked part two, and it started with number 6. So there you have it. Yesterday I was like, is part 1 10 and part 2 going to be another 10? But okay, the headline is what it said, what it said, and that's what it meant. Now, October 4, 1951, Henrietta Lacks died from cervical cancer at Johns Hopkins University. And you may or may not know, there's been a movie done on her, and there's a book about this situation too. But there was something about the Henrietta Lacks, her HLAC cell. There was something that was like, they say it's eternal, like it keeps reproducing and keeps reproducing. And the scientific community has used her cells in research, I guess since and maybe before she made her transition in 1951, without her consent, without her family's consent or knowledge. I think people found out kind of, here recently within the last 5 years, give or take, and have made a lot of money on it, and just, I guess they just figure it's just a black body. We can do whatever we want with it. We still own your bodies. A state-sponsored Russian company is providing internet for North Korea, and cybersecurity experts are worried. It's kind of weird because I'm kind of like, well, it seems like, Russia is Zero's friend, right? Like Russia helped. To me, it seems like Russia helped Zero get elected. I know a lot of people don't talk about it, but the way that it happened in my head, for whatever it's worth, is that, in the states that were kind of swing states that could have gone either way or really close, that, they did just enough electronically, to swing it in his favor, and also worked on disenfranchising certain types of voters who were not likely to vote for him, and also hyping certain people up to participate in disenfranchisement and intimidation and all the things that go along with it. So I think that Putin did that. But I don't think that that necessarily means that Putin is Zero's friend. I just think that, he thought that it would benefit him, and it probably has benefited him in some ways. So to see Russia working with North Korea, I think that Putin is just consolidating his power in various ways and figuring out and pushing buttons in all of the ways that he can. But I don't know. This is international affairs. I ain't never been a KGB agent or FBI agent or had any in-depth understanding of cybersecurity or any of that stuff. This just my take. Peek inside the Shivets undergoing renovations in the North End. And the North End is a neighborhood in Detroit, and the Shivets is like a bathhouse. Like, hold on a second. So like a public bathhouse where you can go and get steam and sauna and hot pool and cold pool, or whatever the Eastern European style bathhouse is. I went to one of those once in New York with this guy I used to work with, my supervisor. He was like into all of that, and it was quite interesting. I love a sauna and a steam room. So I didn't know that they were renovating it to actually be a bathhouse. So that's kind of exciting because it's not that far away from me. Not so exciting for you if you're not in the neighborhood or into that kind of stuff. But I used to get saunas and steams regularly, and I think I need that again. An expedition to the lost continent of Zealandia is revealing new details about the submerged region. Are you familiar with the lost continent of Zealandia? Me either. Dang, where was it? It was somewhere in the world. And I was like, I never even heard of it. But I guess it had been kind of covered over with water, and now it's not covered over with water. What was that? There's let's see what it says. A team of 32 scientists from 12 countries returned last week from a 9-week voyage to study the once lost continent of Zealandia in the South Pacific. And they're saying they think that it should be made into a modern day continent. Like it's big enough or substantial enough or whatever. It's like, wow, things just change. It's set like this is all of the information in the world. Gun control, how countries around the world introduced restrictions. Detroit Lions owner attempted to bribe players into standing for the anthem. So I wonder how much of a bribe you give someone who's a professional athlete. Is it like $70,000, $200,000, $80? I mean, how much? And I didn't know who the owner was. I clicked on the article. I think it's a Ford, maybe Mary Ford or something like that. This coming off the Griot. It's not coming off of a local Detroit paper. So Viola Davis and Larry Wilmore producing Black Don't Crack comedy set at ABC. Okay, something to look forward to. Don't brand me in this community. I think it's in India. There's like a customary thing where young women of a certain age are tattooed, and some young women are resisting and saying they don't want to participate in it. They don't want to be forced to participate in it. Culture is something, right? You have your cultural traditions, but everything is not for everybody, I don't think. But there are some things that you go through that you didn't think were for you, and you actually end up benefiting from. BLM activist crash fundraiser for Philly officer who shot black man in the back. October 3, 1935, Ethiopia is invaded by Italy. Did we already talk about that? Yep, we're looping back to yesterday's notes on the news. So that's what I got. Thank you so much for tuning in. What else exciting is going on in the news? The only other thing I heard, and it's not necessarily exciting, but it was interesting to me, some more on the guy who who killed all the people in Las Vegas. Some people are saying, oh my gosh, he doesn't fit the profile. And other people are saying he fits the profile perfectly. A rich white man with property and power. They're the main serial killers out here. Y'all be trying to fake the funk and act like, y'all don't know and pretend and, project that mess on other people. But those are the serial killers. Look at world history. And then a lot of times, like at least on TV, people are like, oh my gosh, he was so nice. I could never think he could do anything like this, And, some barista at a coffee shop has come forward, and maybe other people have come forward and have said that, the way that he treated his woman, his partner, his friend, whatever, was very rude and not really very friendly, and that they I don't know if they saying they could believe anything, but they didn't get the impression that he was like a really nice guy, and that might be it. It seemed like it was one other little interesting thing I read, but so the death toll, I guess, is up to 59 from that particular incident. And, yeah, that's what we got. So, thank you for watching, commenting, subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Welcome back. I'm Angela again. The channel is Be Fabulous You. You know what today is, right? Today is the best day ever. And you're number one. You're the greatest. So, be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you.